Today we're looking at bad Magic the Gathering combos that actually work. Now this comes from the comments section by B. Hadeen. So, Sprouting Photo Hydra. A green 4 generic 0/2 plant Hydra with Defender. Whenever Sprouting Photo Hydra is dealt damage, you may put a token into play that's a copy of Sprouting Photo Hydra. A Hydra's Tender's problem isn't having enough defenses, but enough pots. And it combos with none other than the Goblin Sharpshooter. A red 2 generic 1/1 doesn't untap during your untap step, however, whenever a creature dies. Untap Goblin Sharpshooter. What we're gonna do though, is it's got the ability to tap Goblin Sharpshooter, deals 1 damage to target creature or player. We're gonna target the Sprouting Photo Hydra that keeps multiplying in many pots and plants. Does anyone have know somebody who likes to grow things to infinity? That's the Sprouting Photo Hydra. Now, it doesn't really do anything though, because we get an extra plant. The Goblin Sharpshooter is tapped. How do we go infinite with this? We use a Goblin Bombardment. Sack a creature, Goblin Bombardment deals 1 damage to any target. So, we shoot the Photo Hydra, we get an extra Photo Hydra, we sack it with the Goblin Bombardment, and then we can go infinite because now after we sack the thing, Goblin Sharpshooter untaps, rinse and repeat the process to eternity, and it's all over. Alright, what else do we have here? We also have one bad combo from Gwarism. We've got Light of Day, Darkest Hour, and apparently Angel's Trumpet. The Angel's Trumpet. Alright, let's analyze this. Light of Day. What do we got here? White 3 generic enchantment. Black creatures can't attack or block. I remember playing against this card. My friends gave me like this sort of mono black shadow deck. Anyway, it got completely crashed by this sideboard card back then. Back then they had cards that says you're not allowed to do anything anymore. That's how they balanced the game out. All right, Darkest Hour. All creatures are black. That's a combo by itself. What do we need the third card for? Gwarism like solve the game right here. Black creatures can't attack or block. Just make everything black. Okay, Angel's Trumpet, 3 generic artifact. Attacking does not cause creatures to tap. Alright, so you're just giving everything vigilance. At the end of each player's turn, tap all untapped creatures they control that did not attack this turn. Angel's Trumpet deals 1 damage to that player for each creature tapped this way. That's sick. So basically you're going to kill people with their own creatures. They're all black. They can't attack. And now they're going to tap and deal damage to each other. Alright, let's look at some from the community here. We got Abzo, Archetype of Imagination and Floodgate. Of Imagination. The Archetype of Imagination. I can't find this card. It doesn't exist. Sorry, Abzo, I don't know what the card is called. Okay, we're gonna go to West Coast Games. Mana Short and Winter's Chill. Does this work? Okay, hold on. Mana Short. And then, I know both of these. Winter's Chill. I just didn't know that this was a combo. Really fun in Commander, apparently. Alright, so, okay, let's start with the Mana Short. Blue, 2 generic, instant. Tap all lands target player controls and empty his or her mana pool. And then I guess you follow this up with Winter's Chill? Oh, it's like removal for attacking creatures or something like that, but they have to pay mana. Okay, so blue X instant, cast only during combat before defense is chosen. Okay, F it, I'm not reading this stuff. Cast the spell only during combat before blockers are declared. X can't be greater than the number of snow lands you control. So choose X target attacking creatures. For each of those creatures, the controller may pay 1 or 2. If the player doesn't, destroy that creature. I need like a blow up sound effect or something. If it's control, if that player pays only 1, prevent all combat damage that be dealt to and dealt by that creature this combat. So basically, oh, did we even read Mana Short? Yeah, tap all lands target player controls and they lose all the unspent mana. You don't got any mana! And then we're gonna blow up your cards! Your creatures, they're gone. Finito. Very underrated. I think this is a very underrated reserve list card. It's only $2. Alright, what next do we got here? We've got Bean Pot with Barren Glory. And remember, if you give me a combo that is 4 or more cards... Actually, we're not looking at anything more than 4 cards. But if it's 4 cards, you gotta tell me what this combo does. Oblivion Ring. And then Apocalypse? If I understand correctly... Okay, this is cool. I see where Bean Pot is going here. So first we play Barren Glory. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control no permanents other than Barren Glory and have no cards in hand, you win the game. So the deal is you want to Oblivion Ring your own Barren Glory. So first you hide it. You hide it underneath the Oblivion Ring here. And then you're gonna play I guess top deck Apocalypse. Play it. Remove all permanents from the game. Discard. Oh, it doesn't matter. You can have anything in your hand. You're gonna discard your hand. So you remove all permanents from the game. You remove the Oblivion Ring, which reveals the Barren Glory, and you gotta wait till next turn. And probably you're gonna win because what is your opponent's gonna do? They only got like 1 land. They have like nothing else to do. That's a pretty Zyber combo in my opinion. For a bad combo that actually works, that Zyber's with me. I can't spell imagination. Look, I went by their spelling. Archetype, it doesn't matter. Archetype of imagine. I'm looking up every... Oh, there is such a thing. Hold on, I spelled archetype wrong? I spelled archetype wrong. Alright, we're gonna look at Abzo's thing. I don't know how I spelled archetype wrong, but I spelled it wrong. It wasn't imagination. And what was it? Floodgate? Okay, so what does this do? We got a blue 3 generic wall. With Defender. Floodgate has flying. When Floodgate has flying, sorry, sacrifice it. Weirdly specific. When Floodgate leaves the battlefield, it deals damage equal to half the number of islands you control rounded down to each non-blue creature without flying. And then we have Archetype of Imagination. Creatures you control have flying. Creatures your opponents control lose flying and can't have or gain flying. What's really funny is that Floodgate came out in Mirage, and it probably waited since 1996 to gain flying, and then start dealing damage to people. Wow. That took a long time. After 5,000 years, I'm free! I don't understand the whole point of it. If Floodgate gains flying, bury it. If the Floodgate... Oh, I guess if the Floodgate gets removed, that's how they want... That's the flavor? I don't know. Can't even fly. Thank you very much for the super chat. Vesuvan, Shapeshifter. And Brine Elemental. Alright, so what does the Shapeshifter do? We got blue 3 generic for 0/0. Enters the battlefield or is turned faced up. You may choose another target creature. Sorry, choose another creature on the battlefield. If you do, until Vesuvan Shapeshifter is turned face down, it becomes a copy of that creature, except it has, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may turn this creature face down. What? I gotta see this in practice. And then we got Brine Elemental. Okay, so blue 4 generic. When Brine Elemental is turned face up, each opponent skips their next untapped step. So hold on, can you force... So hold on, as it enters the battlefield or is turned face up, you may choose another creature on the battlefield. If you do, until Vesuvan Shapeshifter is turned face down, it becomes a copy of that creature and has, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may turn this creature face down. Oh, sick! So what you were telling me is you can keep turning this thing face down and then turning it face up to copy the Brine Elemental? Each opponent skips their next untap step. It's basically stasis. It's like a hard way of making stasis. Oh, pretty cool combo. Yo, little Ted. Necropotence. You know, Necropotence is a 1-card combo. Faith's Fetters. And then Donate. What are we doing with this? Okay, Necropotence. Draw millions of cards and probably put your life total to almost nothing. Fate's Fetters. Enters the battlefield. You gain 4 life. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Gain 4 life. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block. Oh! You're gonna Fate's Fetters your Necropotence after you've, like, drawn as many cards as you could from it, and then you're gonna give it away so that they cannot draw cards, but it's still the static abilities, like, they have to skip their draw step. So they can't activate Necropotence, but they don't get to draw cards anymore either. This is an evil combo. Very, very, very evil combo. Do I have a good sound effect for this? How evil is this combo? There we go. It's the closest I got. I like it. I like this combo. Zyber's with me. And that's very original, too. Yeah, draw your deck. Face Fetters, Necropotence. Okay, give it to you. This is your problem, not mine. Not my problem anymore. Alright, what do we got here? Random person, Table Knight. It is Queza, Augur of Agonies. You got it. And Leech's Mastery. 2-card combo. Black, blue, white, 1 generic for a 3/4 Cephalid Advisor. I'm gonna advise you things. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent... This is all upside! But it's whenever you draw a card, so we gotta make some use out of this. Leech's Mastery. Black, 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 3 generic, hexproof. You can't lose the game. Whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life, for each 1 life you lost, exile a permanent you control or a card from your hand or graveyard. When Leech's Mastery leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. How do you prevent yourself from losing the game, though? Because whenever you lose life... Oh, no, but you're never losing life here. I was thinking of, like, oh, when you're drawing cards through, like, Necropotence or something. No, that's not happening here. It's not happening whatsoever. All right, cool. Yes. Cool stuff. Okay, we got Turat with Dread Slaver. Pandemonium. And Archetype of Finality. How does any of this work? Archetype of Finality. Black, black, 4 generic for a 2/3 Gorgon. Creatures you control have Death Touch. Creatures your opponents control lose Death Touch and can't have or gain Death Touch. Pandemonium is whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you deal damage equal to that creature's power, I believe. Yeah, to creature or player. And we have Dread Slaver. The black, black, 3 generic, 3/5 zombie horror. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Dread Slaver this turn dies, return to the battlefield under your control. That creature is a black zombie in addition to its other types. So what, are we trying to kill the Archetype of Finality? Creatures you control have Death Touch. Whenever creatures your opponents control lose Death Touch and can't have or gain Death Touch. Oh, you can shoot... So basically, anything that you put on the battlefield gets shot down. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Dread Slaver dies this turn, returns to the battlefield under your... So you shoot their creature for any damage, and then it's yours now. It doesn't matter how much damage it is. Pandemonium set, will deal the damage, and all your creatures have Death Touch, so at a single point of damage, that's lethal. And then it's yours. That's a pretty cool combo. I like that. That's a Zyber combo. Okay, we got Christopher B. Intruder Alarm. No one plays fair with this card. Plus, any creature that produces a creature token simply by tapping, like Voice of the Woods. Oh, is that right? Tap 5, untap elves you control, create a 7/7 green elemental creature token with trample. And then Intruder Alarm says creatures don't untap during their controller's untap steps. But whenever a creature comes into play, untap all the creatures. And boom. Tap 5 untapped elves, you get a creature, untap them all, rinse and repeat the process. Sweet combo. Well, what is this? I saw for a split second... I saw a stasis combo. the corner of my eye. I can't see it anymore. Blue Bomber! Asarak and Alurin. Easy win. Asarak. Asarak. Oh, the Arc Leech and Alurin. This is just a... well, Alurin... Everyone loves Alurin. Alright, Alurin. Green, green, 2 generic enchantment. Any player may play creature cards with convert mana cost 3 or less without paying their mana cost as low. They add flash. What does that have to do with... oh... this is a good combo, isn't it? I don't know if this is for this show, because this is a good one. Yeah, enters the battlefield. If you haven't completed Tomb of Annihilation, return Asarak, the Arch Lich, to its owner's hand and venture into the dungeon. You can repeatedly plop this guy onto the battlefield. And when Asarak, the Arch Lich, attacks, for each opponent, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token unless that player sacks a creature. Yeah, so just rinse and repeat the process until you complete all the dungeons. Alright, we're going to take a look at more of your sweet bad combos, but first we got to thank our sponsor, FusionGamingOnline.com. If you're looking to buy some bad combos, you know where to go. You go to FusionGamingOnline.com. If you want to support the channel, they got the singles for you. They're from Canada, but they'll ship them anywhere in the world, except for maybe Antarctica. I wouldn't push it there. And of course, if you want to support the channel and also save yourself some money, use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. I'm getting hyped into Legacy lately because I'm trying to rebuild Merfolk to Legacy. I'm trying to prove that you don't need True Name Nemesis there. So I've been using Mana Traders quite a bit to get my Dazes, Force of Wills, Wastelands, and you can play any format to play with any of the expensive cards you want when you're renting with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_U3V. You can also build jank 2-card, 3-card, 4-card combo decks. Alright, back to the crazy combos. What do we got here? Oh, we got a lot of super chats in queue. Corns! Thank you very much for the super chat. Naramiha! The Wizard! And we've got Sun-Scorched Desert. The Land and Ghostly Flicker. So what you're telling me, you're going to play Ghostly Flicker to blink the Sun-Scorched Desert. Which, by the way, okay, so Sun-Scorched Desert enters the battlefield, deals a damage to target player. Ghostly Flicker, exile 2 target artifacts or creatures and/or lands you control, then return those to the battlefield under your control. See, I want a Narumiha with this thing on the stack. And Narumiha enters the battlefield. Copy an instant or sorcery spell. You're going to copy the Narumiha and the... sorry. You're going to copy the Ghostly Flicker, but you're going to blink the Sun-Scorched Desert and the Narumiha. They come back onto the battlefield, deal another damage, but also Naru says, okay, let's copy that thing again, because the original copy of Ghostly Flicker is on the stack. You do it all over again, deal damage to everyone. Everyone dies, but you. DK Sovereign. Enduring Renewal. People love Enduring Renewal. Grinding Station. Phyrexian Walker. Grind your opponent into dust with 0-cost artifacts. Phyrexian Walker, a 0/3 for 0. Not very exciting. Grinding Station. Sack an artifact. Target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into the graveyard. Whenever an artifact comes into play, you may untap Grinding Station. And then during renewal, play with your hand revealed. Here's my hand. If you would draw a card, reveal the top card of your library instead. If it's a creature card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, draw a card. Whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from play, return it to hand. All right, so you're going to tap, sacrifice your Phyrexian Walker, get sacked, but it's going to come back to your hand because of Enduring Renewal. And then when you replay it, you get to untap the Grinding Station, repeat all over again, mill all your opponents to death. Love it. That's a bad combo that works. Almost looks like a real tournament combo, to be honest. Alright, we got Alpha Nerd. Master Transmuter. And Magistrate Sphinx. Does people actually try to win with this card? Plus Filigree. How do you spell magistrate sphinx? Or is it not? Hold on. No, it's called something else. Magistrate. Let's just look up sphinx. We got the wrong sphinx, I guess. I know what you're talking about. I know it's like the magister sphinx, not magistrate. I'm following what's being written, all right? And then filigree sages. Use it to keep bouncing sphinx to drop opponent's 10 life or keep yourself at 10 life. All right. Let's take a look at this. Filigree sages. Blue 3 generic 2/3. Pay 2 and a... Sorry, yeah, pay 2 and a blue. Untap target artifact. Which are we going to untap? We're going to untap the Master Transmuter. Pay a blue, tap, return an artifact you control to its owner's hand. You may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield. Sick! And then we're going to play Magister Sphinx. Flying when enters the battlefield. Target player's life total becomes 10. Everyone's going to be at 10. You thought you were at a cozy 40 life total, but no, it's all going down to 10. Okay, what do we got here? Let's go. Oh, we got a super chat. All right, thank you very much for the super chat, DJ Vinyl. Nice avatar, by the way. Core Skyfisher. We're going fishing. Dreams or dream. Okay, plus, so Core Skyfisher is good. Don't confuse me here. Reality Acid. Blow up any permanents. Really? Okay, Reality Acid, a blue 2 generic enchant permanent with vanishing 3. When Reality Acid leaves the battlefield, enchanted permanent's controller sacks it. You own this! And so you play Core Skyfisher. When it enters the battlefield, return a permanent you control to its owner's hand. Or do you need like a second? Hold on. But you can't do this infinitely. Because you can't return the score. I mean, hey, it's a bad combo that actually works. So basically, you put it on someone else's stuff, and then if you can bounce the Core Skyfisher back to your hand, then you could repeatedly do this over and over and over again. That's a pretty cool combo. Finally, a way to make Reality Acid work immediately. Dan Trance, thank you very much for the super chat. 4 Dark Ritual, a Lightning Greaves, and a... This is a bit of a lame combo, but sure. Okay, 4 Dark Rituals. How much mana does that net you? 2, 2, 4, 6, 9. Is that what it does? Yeah, that's 4 Dark Rituals. Will give you 2, 4... No. The first one gives you 3 because you have to at least pay a swamp for it. So you have 10 mana. Okay, 10 mana. Lightning Greaves. 10 mana. 2 of it's being spent on Lightning Greaves, and then we have Phage. The Untouchable. Yeah, you have enough mana for this. That's a hilarious combo. A little loose on the it's more like ramp. That's like saying Llanowar Elf into, I don't know, Old Growth Troll is a combo. Yo, little Ted, thank you very much for the super chat. Temporal Extortion and Wound Reflection. Give me my extra turn or die. Okay, Wound Reflection. Black 5 generic. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. When you play Temporal Extortion, any player may pay half his or her life rounded down up. If a player does counter Temporal Extortion, take an extra turn after this one. Ah, that's interesting. So you're going to get the extra turn, or they have to pay half their life. If they pay half their life, then they got to pay the other half of their life. That is sick. That is a sick combo. But you only get 1 extra turn. That's a lot of work for 1 extra turn, but I mean... You're sending a message. That's the deal. You're sending a message. Okay, we're looking at Approaching Calamity. Garth. 1 eye. Displacer Kitten. Wasn't this supposed to, like, upheaval the entire Commander format, this Kitten card? Plus Haste. Is that an actual card? No, it's not. Okay, so I'm assuming you have to give something haste. It's in Concordant Crossroads. And the whole Infinite Black Lotus. Concordant Crossroads. All creatures have haste. Displace your kitten. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile. So whenever you cast a spell, basically, a non-creature, exile up to one target non-land permanent you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. And then Garth says, tap, choose a card name that hasn't been chosen from among Disenchant, Brain Geyser, Terror, Shivan Dragon, Regrowth, and Black Lotus. But every single time you blink Garth one night, it's like I've never been here before. I've been reborn. I've been reborn for the first time. All right, let's make my first Black Lotus. So you keep making Black Lotuses and keep blinking this damn thing. You get infinite everything else too, don't you? I think you get infinite of everything else. Cool combo. We got some more super chats. We got Sugarcane. Alicia, who smiles at death. Keep smiling, Alicia. And a Master of Cruelties. How did these combo? Maybe I never really read Alicia appropriately. All right, 5 mana for a 1/4 first strike death touch. Can only attack alone. It's like the end boss or something. All right, all you minions, you did what you could, and now, or I guess it's the last man standing. Whenever Master of Cruelties attacks a player and isn't blocked, that player's life total becomes 1. Master of Cruelties assigns no combat damage this turn. It's weird. It's like you attack for a lot, but at the same time, you technically attack for nothing. Okay, Alicia, who smiles at death with the activated ability. Whenever they attack, you may pay Orzhov. If you do, return target creature card with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attacking. What? How does this work? No attack trigger? I don't get it. Not worked? Does this thing work? Great death with sword in hand. First strike, death touch. Attacks, you can pay whatever. If you do, return target creature card. I don't get how this combo works. Abso goes, oh! Or maybe people are talking about some other card. Master of Cruelties in oh! Aha! So, okay, so step 1, get Master of Cruelties in the graveyard. Bring it back from the graveyard, tapped and attacking. And with Alicia. So how does that work at end of combat whenever it attacks a player and isn't blocked? Oh, they go to 1 and then Alicia will finish the opponent off. I like it. Boom. I had, well, as much as I was thinking about it, I couldn't figure it out. I required on the coffee crew. Hold on, does Abzo's combo not work? There's a lot of people saying the thing doesn't work. Well, if chat says it doesn't work, I believe chat. Chat's pretty smart. Chat is a hive mind, really. Oh, I didn't look at this one. Can't even fly. Magistrate's Scepter. Let's look at the Magistrate's Scepter and 3 of Core Tapper and our Energy Chamber. This is core. Okay, put a charge counter on target artifact. Sack it. Put 2 charge counters. So we need 3 of these. Pay for tap. Put a charge counter on a Magistrate's Scepter. Tap. Remove 3 charge counters from Magistrate's Scepter. Take an extra turn after this one. Oh, sweet. Take extra turns. And all it costs you is, well, you can have 3 core tappers on the battlefield and just tap them. Get extra turns. So infinite turns. Sweet stuff. Don't sack anything. Next, we got Yo Little Ted. 9 lives, donate tranquility. Does that work? 9 lives. Oh, you're going to blow up the enchantment. Donate. Donate is a hell of a card. There's nothing fair being done with donate. Tranquility. Does anyone play with donate in a fair way? Like they literally just give their stuff? Here, I have a big creature. Have it. Yeah, no catch at all. Don't worry. All right, we got... so what we're doing is 9 lives. Source would deal damage to prevent that damage. Blah, blah, blah. When 9 lives leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. You're going to give it to somebody. And then you're going to blow it up. with Tranquility. Destroy all enchantments, including the 9 lives. And when the 9 lives goes, so does your, I don't know, your career. What do we got here? Mr. Deadhead, Old Gnawbone, and Time Sieve? And Time Sieve equals infinite turns, apparently. Black-blue artifact. Tap, sack 5 artifacts. Take an extra turn after this one. How does that work with Old Gnawbone? Green, 5 generic for a 7/7 dragon. That's a green dragon. Flying. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. Whoa! Yeah, that's pretty... That'll work. You gotta be in Sultai. Sultai is an underappreciated color pie. Part of the color pie. Get your green dragon, get your treasures, take extra turns. And then if you did it once, I guess you just keep doing it until they're dead. Sweet combo. All right, we got the blue bomber. Thank you very much for the super chat. What am I going to give you? I'm going to give you this one. Alicia doesn't work since Master of Cruelties did not declare attack. Oh my goodness. Is that right? Okay, hold on. Can only attack alone. When Master of Cruelties attacks a player and isn't blocked, that player's life total becomes 1. Why wouldn't it not work? Doesn't it work? It just specifically says when Master of Cruelties attacks a player and it isn't blocked. So we have to wait for the blocking step. Whenever Alicia at death attacks, you may pay Orzhov. If you do, return target creature card with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attack. This works, doesn't it? Like, so long as it attacks a player and isn't blocked, I mean, you're good to go. Yeah, it's an unblocked trigger. Yeah, it does work. It works. It works as far as I know. Yeah. It does work. It works. Oh, attacks alone. No, but that's a separate block of text. This alone thing. That's a set. Master of Cruelties can only attack alone. So when you go to the attack step, you can only attack with Master of Cruelties. That doesn't change that you can cheat Master of Cruelties and play. It didn't say Master of Cruelties can only attack alone, and when it's not blocked, opponent's life total becomes 1. This block of text is in its own world here, so it works. It works. I've had it happen, and I had to look it up. Yeah, it works. It works. Stop confusing me, people. But thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. We're all learning something. We're all learning something. Don't worry. All right, we got Coulter Chase with a super chat. Oh, man. Venerated Rot Priest. Oh, you people with your Venerated Rot Priests. This is like the hottest card on the block right now. Ivy. What, the Ivy? Is there one card called Ivy? There isn't! Oh, you want Glee. Gleeful Spell Thief. And Vesuvian Diplomacy. And just cast single target spells on Ivy. Okay, I don't know what this is. Vesuvian something? Diplomacy. How the hell does this thing work? Okay, blue 3 generic enchantment. Okay, what do you say this does? And just cast a single target spell on Ivy. Whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of it. Except it's not legendary. We got Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief. Flying 2/1. Whenever a player casts a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief, you may copy that spell. The copy targets Ivy. Sick stuff. And then we got Venerated Rock Priest. Oh my god! The cheesy infect win. Or I guess this is considered a poison win in this case. So I assume you copy the Venerated Rot Priest and you can continuously copy the initial spell until you've copied and targeted Venerated Rot Priest till all the opponents are dead. Is that how it works? Spell cast only a single creature other than Ivy. You may copy the spell. That copy targets Ivy. And whenever you cast a spell that targets only a single artifact or creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that artifact or creature. So you get to keep making copies of everything. including Ivy. Sick combo. Sick combo. Alright, what do we got now? We got Joshua here. Thank you very much, Joshua. My Blizz activation combo is Zedru. Aggressive mining. Oh, aggressive mining. Whoops. Whoa, where are we? I need an adult. Okay. Aggressive mining. This is you can't play lands. And you can sack lands to draw cards. And Pendant of Prosperity. Pendant of Prosperity. Okay. I found it. We're here. 3 generic mana. Hold on, what's the commander here? Zedru. I don't even know what Zedru does. It's a monk! It's also a minotaur! I think it looks like a goat. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of permanents you own that your opponents control. Alright then. And then for Jeskai colors, target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. Oh, it's a donate card! So you just give your opponent all sorts of garbage. You can't play land. Sack a land, draw 2 cards, activate this ability only once each turn. It's a cool card. That's never found some good use. Then we have the Pendant of Prosperity. Enters the battlefield under the control of an opponent of your choice. Pay 2, tap, draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Pendant of Prosperity's owner draws a card. Then that player may put a land card from their hand onto the battlefield. Enters the battlefield under the control of an opponent of your choice. I don't get it. I need instructions. We're going to go back to the instructions. My Blizz activation combo. What's the idea here? I guess the idea is somehow to get extra lands onto the battlefield. So what, you're going to tempt your opponents with the pendant. They draw a card and they can put a land card from the hand onto the battlefield. I guess that's the idea. I give them a I give them a problem and sell them a solution. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, so you give them the mining, and if they want to keep drawing cards or to play lands, you give them the Pendant of Prosperity, but then you get to benefit from the Pendant of Prosperity. I like that. Oh, that is sweet. I give them a problem and I sell them the solution. Classic marketing. Classic marketing. Oh, that's hilarious. Let's look at... let's look at Poxy. Poxy's here all the time. We have Martyrdom, Spiteful Visions, and Care the Betrayer. Karn the Betrayer. And it's literally Karn. It's like 40k Karn. Board state is now a game of hot potato. Whenever you lose... Okay, attacks or blocks each combat if able. If you lose control of Karn, draw 2 cards. If damage would be dealt to Karn, the Betrayer, prevent that damage. And an opponent of your choice gains control of it. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Whenever a player draws a card, Spiteful Vision deals 1 damage to that player. It says Spiteful Visions. Whenever a player draws a card, deals 1 damage. Until end of turn, you may redirect target creature you control any amount of damage. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. Whenever a player draws a card, Spiteful Vision deals 1 damage to that player. So you can, until end of turn, you may redirect to target creature you control any amount of damage. So damage dealt from somebody else, you deal the damage here. If damage would be dealt to Karn the Betrayer, prevent that damage, and an opponent of your choice gains control of it. I don't get this card. Oh, Shark. Oh, thank you very much, Sharkman Arcanum. No card, just love the channel. Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys very much. Well, okay, I don't understand this combo. Anyone in the comments section watching afterwards, let me know. You guys let me know. Okay, we're here with Geyer. 2 Blade Wing and Blade Wing. We need 2 of them. Blade Wing the Risen. You need 2 of these? It's legendary. And Terror of the Peaks. Red, 3 generic, 5/4. Spells your opponents cast that target Terror of the Peaks cost an additional 3 life to cast whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control. Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Blade Wing the Risen. Enters the battlefield, you may return target dragon permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Dragon creatures get +1/+0. I don't get this one. You want 2 Blade Wing the Risen? Oh, they kill each other. And it keeps coming back. Okay, so you have infinite ETB triggers. Enters the battlefield, you may return target dragon permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield, so you get another Blade Wing the Risen. Now I get it. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Does this have any other effect? Enters the battlefield, you may return... It's just infinite blinking, right? You just get a bunch of ETB triggers. If I understand this correctly. Yeah, Legend Rule. Legend Rule them out. Well, that's the idea. One dies to the Legend Rule, then you get the ETB of getting the other one back. And then it Legend Rules itself again, and then you just keep doing this for eternally. Alright, we got way more super chats. Thank you very much, everyone, for your wonderful super chats. We got DJ Vinyl. Temos High Priest plus Skirk Prospector, Mog War Marshal, and Crown in Flames. Big super chat for big combo. Okay, Tathmos High Priest. The Skirk Prospector. Thank God I know what that card does. Mog War Marshal. Bit of a goblin deck we got going on here. Crown in Flames. Cast Crown in Flames. Oh, Crown of Flames? Crown of Flames. Alright. Cast Crown of Flames, targeting Themos. Return Marshal to the battlefield. Sack the Marshal and the tokens to the Prospector. Return Crown infinite mana. So Crown of Flames says, enchanted creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and return Crown of Flames to its owner's hand. And we want to target the Themos High Priest, heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Themos High Priest, return target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And that card is probably going to be the Skirk Prospector. Sorry, no, not the Skirk Prospector, the Mog War Marshal. Right? Yeah, Mog War Marshal. So we keep making a bunch of mana, sack the Mog War Marshal, and the token it makes, and the extra token to Skirk Prospector, make more mana. Use that mana to bring the Crown of Flames back, and then recast it on Temos in order to trigger and bring back the Mog War Marshal back. Sweet combo. Sick stuff. The Proto Gamer. Thank you very much for the super chat. Ramanap Excavator. And Azusa. What do you need Azusa for? And Walk the Eons. What is going on here? Okay, Walk the Eon. Blue, 4 generic buyback. Sack 3 islands. So we're gonna, okay. I see what's going on here. Target player takes an extra turn after this one. Whoa! Look who's trying to make extra turns around here. Azusa, Lost but Seeking. You can play 2 additional lands each turn. So that's fine, and we're gonna play lands from our graveyard with Ramanap Excavator. So we get 1 land drop per turn, 2 extra ones with the we can play our lands from our graveyard. And we get 2 extra land drops with Azusa, Lost but Seeking, so that we can continue to buy back the Walk the Eons for eternity. You get infinite turns. Sweet combo. What do we got here? Omik, thank you very much for the super chat. Enchanted Evening. Hinata. Heliod's Intervention. We've got... Okay, white X. Choose one. Destroy X target artifacts or enchantments. Target player gains twice the life. Hinata, Dawn Crowned. White, red, blue 1 for a 4/4. Flying Trample. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each target. Spells your opponents cast cost 1 more to cast for each target. So cheaper for you, more expensive for them. And then Enchanted Evening. Azorius, 3 generic enchantment. All permanents are enchantments in addition to their other types. Oh! All permanents are enchantments. And we can destroy X target artifacts or enchantments. So we're just gonna blow up all their stuff. That's what, we're just gonna blow up all their stuff. I don't understand the point of Hinata, though. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each target. Oh, so you just do this for nothing. You basically pay white. Boom! Kablooey! And they're all gone. Pretty sick combo. Who loves that? Yeah, it's the super... Well, that's why I do these. That's why I do these. You people love sharing your super chat. You love sharing your combos. And you'll pay to do it, which is good. It's good for the channel. All right, thank you very much, Casey. Bizarre Trader. Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. Immortal Coil. And Bajuka Bog. The Bajuka Bog. Here's a battlefield tapped. Do we have instructions? No. Okay, so we go Bizarre Trader and Immortal Coil into Bajuka Bog. Target player gains control of target artifact, creature, or land you control. You got it, bub. And it's going to be the Immortal Coil. Tap, remove 2 cards in your graveyard from the game, draw a card. If damage would be dealt to you, prevent that damage. Remove a card in your graveyard from the game for each 1 damage prevented this way. If there are no cards in your graveyard, you lose the game. And guess what? We're going to force you to have no cards in your graveyard because of Bajuka Bog. Enters the battlefield, tap it. When enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. You got no more graveyard, that's it for you. You're done for. Finito. Good game. See you later. Sayonara. Thank you very much for the super chat. And great combo. Coulter Chase. One last one. With one last super chat? Or is that an actual card? One last one? Nope. Doesn't exist. Gruel, War Chant, and Familiar Ground. So what does this? What do these cards do? Green, red, 2 generic enchantment. Attacking creatures you control have +1/+0 and have menace. How does this combo with anything? Familiar Ground. Each creature you control can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. Oh, it has menace. So you can only be, you need 2 creatures to block the damn thing. But it's a pretty Zyber combo. It's like really fair. So it's like a hard way to get unblockable. It's what you have achieved. And at the end of the day, your creatures are unblockable. All right, we got Yo Little Ted here. Evil Eye of Orms. Evil Eye of Orms by Gore? Okay, I wasn't sure if that was the actual card name, but apparently it is. We have Pacifism and Donate. Again with the Donate card. What are we donating this time? I guess the Evil Eye of Orms by Gore. Black 4 generic 3/6 creature. That name is like an AI generated card name as far as I'm concerned. Non-eye creatures you control can't attack. And Evil Eye of Orms by Gore can't be blocked except by walls. Non-eye creatures you control. So basically you give them this 1 creature. You put Pacifism on it. So the only thing that can attack is this thing. This Evil Eye. And then it can't even attack. And that's it. Your opponent can't do anything. No more attacking. Can you combo off? No? Okay, well, that's GG. That's GG. Okay, we got Lord here. Combo that I love is Wolf Instincts with Fire Repulse. Wolf Instincts By the way, people, if you're watching the replay, you got to check out the live chat. A lot of combos in live chat. Wolf Instinct. How do I spell Wolf Instinct? Or is it Wolves Instinct? How do I put Instinct? Aggressive Instinct. Ruthless Instinct. Wild Instinct. Is it Wild Instinct? I don't know. And Fiery? I don't know what this is. Sorry about it. I assume it might be this one because there's a wolf in the picture. Target creature. Let's go down this rabbit hole a little bit. Nah, no. If it doesn't work, I don't want to waste too much time. Sorry about that, Lord. You gotta be crystal clear, specific about what cards they're called. Taylor Lord King. Thank you very much for the super chat. Teferi's puzzle box. That always like scrambles my brain. Chains of Mephistopheles. It gets even worse. And Leyline of the Void. Does anyone want to attempt to understand this combo? It's like top 10 most convoluted combos possible. Question, I bought 5 gifted memberships instead of a super chat as a super chat doesn't work with PayPal. It was like 10 minutes ago. Is that acceptable? Yes! Well, I mean, thank you for letting me know. Why didn't I get a notification for the gifted subs? I didn't see it. If you got a combo, write it down. And generally speaking, the super chats help more, but I really appreciate that you gifted subs. I appreciate the gifted subs more, but apparently I don't get a notification for this for these gifted subs, which is stupid. I should. Okay, does anyone understand this combo? I'm just gonna assume it works. I know Teferi's puzzle box. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player puts the cards in his or her hand on the bottom of his or her library in any order, then draws that many cards. If a player would draw a card except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, that player discards a card instead. If the player discards a card this way, they draw a card. If the player doesn't discard this way, they mill a card. And you lay a line. I don't get it. I'm gonna assume it works. I really don't want to try to wrap my head around this combo. The combo makes opponent resign because of confusion. That would work on me. It would work. Hello, placeholder username. I appreciate it. All right, we got Drops Gaming. Appreciate you. Death, Bellow, Warcry, Maskwood Nexus, and Fanatic of Mogus. And 3 red damage enablers with 2 red pips. All right, so we have to deal enough damage with Fanatic of Mogus. So okay, so we enter the battlefield. We're going to do a bunch of damage because when it enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its devotion to red. Maskwood Nexus. Creatures you control are every creature type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't onto the battlefield. You can pay 3 to put blue shapeshifters onto the battlefield. Death Bellow Warcry. Search your library for up to 4 Minotaur creature cards with different names. Put them onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Whoa! So I guess you just kill someone with this? Hold on, no. You said you have to start the chain for some reason. Why are we starting the chain here? And 3 red damage doublers. Oh, like Calamity Bear. Oh, I see. Hold on, you're just getting... Go find these. So this is like... So you can find anything because we've got the shapeshifter thing on the battlefield. This giant source you control would deal damage to a opponent or player deals double that damage. Right. All right, cool stuff. So we can find anything because of the Maskwood Nexus. We got 4 Minotaur creatures. We get the damage doublers, as they say, and you blast your opponent to death. Blast them to death. We got Josh Karen here. Thank you very much for the super chat. Groundskeeper and Constant Mists. What does this combo do? Constant Mists. Green 1 generic. Buy back. Sack a land. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn. You're trying to make Fog work. Is that what you're trying to make Fog work? Well, how are you going to do it? With the Groundskeeper. A green 1/1 human druid. Pay a green 1 generic. Return target basic land card from your graveyard to your hand. Wow! That is exactly as the title says. It's a bad combo, but it's going to work. You can fog for eternity. Fog all you want. All right, we got the Blue Bomber here. Thank you very much for the super chat. What is this? Teysa, Orzhov, Scion, Darkest Hour. No, it's Teysa. Teysa, Orzhov, something. No! Go on, what if we look up? Orzhov, Scion. Or is it Scion of Orzhov? Teysa, Teysa, comma, Orzhov. Well, come on, Scryfall. Okay, Darkest Hour. Blasting Station. And another creature equals infinite damage. Yes! Pay 3. Blasting Station. Tap. Sack a creature. Blasting Station deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Whenever a creature comes into play, though, you can untap the Blasting Station. Darkest Hour. All creatures are black. It's back. It's the Black Moon. And Teysa. Sack 3 white creatures. Remove target creature from the game. Or, whenever another black creature you control is put into a graveyard from play, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying onto the battlefield. So we just need sack another creature, and it's all over. We sack the creature dies. It's gonna be black no matter what that creature is. You get a what? Oh yeah, and then the white creature enters the battlefield, which is gonna be black now, and you can sack that creature, and it'll keep bringing back a white token that becomes black, and keep sacking it. Whenever a creature comes into play, you untap the Blasting Station and blast your opponents to death. Sweet combo. Very convoluted, but it worked. It does work. Guarism! Oh, you were we actually started with your combo today. Or did we? Megrem. Phyrexian Tyranny. An Anvil of Borgadon. Resistance is futile. Well, it's not Borgadon, it's just Bogarden. The Anvil, 2 mana. What does it do? Oh, you won't let me know. I gotta figure it out myself. Each player skips his or her discard phase. During each player draws phase, that player draws an additional card and then chooses and discards a card. But we have Phyrexian Tyranny, enchantment. Whenever a player draws a card, that player loses 2 life unless they pay 2. But we also have Megrem. Whenever an opponent discards a card, Megrem deals 2 damage to that player. You are not dodging that part of it, if I understand correctly. During each player's draw phase, that player draws an additional card and then chooses and discards a card. Whenever a player draws a card, that player loses. So basically, you want to draw some cards? Well, you're going to lose life. And then even if you don't, and then even if you can pay the tax, you're still going to lose life because of the, what's it called? The discard. Sweet combo. Do you have any? Oh, finally we got through all the super chats. All right, let's go back to the people. Stranger Candy with Chatterfang. I am up for a Chatterfang combo. With Pitiless Plunderer. Pitiless Plunderer and Sack Outlet. Pitiless Plunderer, whenever another creature you control dies, create a colorless treasure token with sack this artifact, add 1 mana of any color. And Chatterfang has, if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus that many 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens are created instead. Sack X squirrels. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control. I don't understand how it's. Oh! You get. Whenever a creature you control dies, create a colorless treasure artifact token. Sack this artifact. I don't know how this combo works, actually. I understand that you're going to get, like, 2 treasure tokens, but I don't know how you keep this up. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus that many... Oh, you sack the squirrel. Okay, you get a token. For every treasure token, you get a squirrel. For every squirrel you can sacrifice, you're going to get a treasure token into the squirrel. Ah, you get infinite mana. Okay, sweet. Sweet stuff. Yeah, that's right, infinite mana. You get a treasure and the squirrely. Trap them squirrels. The Proto Gamer Extravagant Hopefully there's only one extravagant card. And Paradox Haze. Extravagant replication, blue, for generic enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control. What are we gonna copy? Paradox Haze. Blue 2 generic, enchant player. At the beginning of enchanted player's first upkeep each turn, that player gets an additional upkeep step after this one. What? So, are you going to give yourself 1,000,000 upkeeps? At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of... So you're going to enchant yourself. And then every upkeep, you're going to get another... You could make more... At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control. You could get more extravagant replications. You can get more Paradox Hazes. Just get infinite upkeeps. I don't know what you're going to do with all them upkeeps. But that's for you to decide. How would you abuse infinite upkeeps? Infinite upkeeps? Yeah, can you keep up? Tommy Siddons with the witty banter in the chat. Okay, King Ginger was Necrotic Ooze on the field. Asmodeus, the Arch Fiend, and Scourge Familiar in the graveyard. Wow, you need a lot of setup for this. Draw your deck in infinite mana. Also need Ulamog the Infinite Gyre in the library. All right. So this has to be in the graveyard. Flying, discard a card, add a black. Then we have Asmodeus. If you would draw a card, exile the top card of your library face down, pay 3, draw 7. 7 cards! This is a real card? This is basically Yawgmoth's bargain. I guess not. You have to pay mana for it. Okay, black. Return all cards exiled with Asmodeus, the Archfiend, to their owner's hand, and you lose that much life. Necrotic Ooze. As long as Necrotic Ooze is on the battlefield, it has all activated abilities of all creatures in the graveyard. So you have the ability of this. Discard a card, add a black. Oh, you're going to draw a bunch of cards. You can draw everything. So you basically discard cards, add black mana, pay the 3, draw 7 cards, and you need Ulamog in the graveyard? You need Ulamog the Infinite Gyre in the library. I don't understand that part. Yeah, you draw your deck in infinite mana, also need Ulamog. What, just to keep it going? So just basically you just need something in the library so you don't deck yourself. But you have like infinite, you just basically draw your deck. Okay, L-Chan Gaming. Okay, hold on, it's not over yet. Okay, we got, now basically this is where everything ends when the super chats end. The show ends when the super chats end. I'm sure this is gonna be the last one. Palace Siege. We're in overtime. And you need 2 Liliana, or sorry, Linessa Zephyr. Yeah, this is where I'm hostage now. Okay, we need 2 of these apparently. It's a legendary creature. Okay, well, how are we setting this up? Black, 3 generic enchantment. Enters the battlefield, choose. Cons or dragons? I don't know which one you're choosing. Cons, at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Dragons, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. I guess at the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card to your hand. So I guess you want to like get a bunch of triggers off of this. Blue 3 generic for a 3/3 human wizard, Linessa. Blue X, tap, return target creature with converted mana cost X to its owner's hand. Okay, and as Grandeur, discard another card named Linessa Zephyr Mage. Target player returns a creature he or she controls to its owner's hand, then repeats the process for an artifact, an enchantment, or land. Target player returns a creature they control to its owner's hand. I don't understand this. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature and dragons. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses 2 life. I don't even know what the point of this thing is. So return target creature card from our graveyard. So we get the Linessa back. And we can discard Linessa. Discard another card named Linessa. Target player returns a creature he or she controls to its owner's hand. Oh, you're just bouncing it. Oh, you're bouncing their stuff. You bounce their creature. They're an artifact, enchantment, a land. You do it every single turn. Oh, cool. Okay, I get it. I figured it out. Okay, we got Christopher with another super chat. Mycosynth Lattice. Everyone's favorite Lattice. Okay, we got Mycosynth Lattice, Temple Bell, an Unwinding Clock, and Leyline of Anticipation. Every turn is your turn. Is it now? All right, Ley Line of Anticipation. You can cast spells as though they had flash. Unwinding Clock. Untap all artifacts you control during each other player's untap step. Ooh, that's sick. Each player draws a card. Oh, did you just set up... So every turn is your turn. But it's also their turn as well, right? So everything is an artifact. Each player draws a card. And untap all artifacts you control during each other player's untap step. And you can play the stuff. So basically, you get to draw a card every turn. You found a way to draw a card every turn. Play the cards at flash speed. Very neat. Very neat combo. Very Zyber. Josh Karen! True to Alarm. With Elemental Mastery. The Elementary, my dear Watson. Whenever creatures don't untap, but whenever you play a creature, everything untaps. Elemental Mastery, enchant creature. Enchant creature has tap critty. X/1/1 red elemental creature token with haste, where X is this creature's power. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. So you enchant this on a creature, tap it, create a token, untap everything, retap, make another token, untap everything. Infinite creature. It's basically Splinter Twin. You found a way to make Splinter Twin. And now looks like that's the end of the super chats. Nikachu is free. Free from the super chats. Of course, thank you very much. I love the super chats. I don't mind being jailed. You're paying me to do it. So if you want to be part of the show, be here Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there, be square. Thank you very much for all the supporters. People who are donating memberships, becoming a member on YouTube, also a patron on Patreon. If you want to support the channel, you can find links in the description to do that. And of course, the super chats. You are part of the show and support the show. It's a double whammy. But most importantly, thank you very much to everyone who shows up in the morning, like Abzo, Coulter, Michael. We got Michael Praise here. The one from the north. The rental guy. Steven, Trampus, Guarzum, Abzo, Rubber, Soulman, Tommy, Monkey R. Thank you very much for being here this morning, because without you guys, without my coffee crew, I'm useless. You guys are the show. So as usual, keep brewing up them coffees, my coffee crew, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you at the next cup.